If you have seen my videos that I have posted, one of the videos was me exploring and processing ways that I advocate, I help others, how it can be exhausting, how I'm trying to better gauge when to expend myself to use my resources, trusting that other people can get the help that they need and that they have resources. And then sometimes just being able to set a hard, firm boundary and releasing yourself from guilt. So I know I said a lot, so I haven't had a chance to add this into my no go. This is the this is the outline. And of course, we are working in between the no goes, talking about triggers and challenges that you can identify within yourself. I was able to identify a couple things for me, and then journaling about it to help you kind of further process it. And then I went into the easy goal tracking. The third no go is I'm gonna put not feeling guilt when setting a boundary. Maybe for you, you can easily set boundaries and not feel guilty, but then there may be a other area where you're like, wait, I really struggle. So just because I'm working on something that I've identified for myself, you may not be, of course, struggling with the same thing. And remember, we process things differently over the course of years. So the way I process, how I have always considered myself resourceful, the way I process that back in my early 20s looks different than my 30s, and it may look different in my 40s. And do not feel like you have to have everything all figured out. This is why I love journaling. This is why I love like being open to kind of talking about, like areas that I may struggle media or whatever it may be is telling you that you should have a six-figure job, that you should be highly educated, that you should be driving the most expensive car, and you should look a certain way, and you should talk a certain way, and you should do all these things, and if you're not achieving to that thing by time you are in your 20s, you have failed. Maya Angelou quote, when you know better, you do better. And so sometimes it may take you a little bit longer to get to the knowing better. Sometimes we think that comes with age, but most time this stuff comes with experience. So I guess my main thing is feel bad about that. You don't have to have all this stuff figured out. That's my rant. I could be comfortable, confident, setting boundaries in certain aspects of my life, but then it comes to another aspect where I'm like, oh, I really, don't want to set that boundary there. Ooh, but what is it about? So this is where the exploration and the processing comes into place. I'm doing this 21-day fast. What do I want to accomplish in these 21 days? There's different levels to this. Things that you can legitimately do in the next 30 days. What this teaches you to do is prioritize. And it also teaches you how not to bite off more than you can chew, while also teaching you like there might be that one where you're like, ooh, I might have to really, really work, to kind of accomplish that thing. Maybe it's like a faith thing for you. You might feel like, okay, I'm just going to have faith on this particular thing. It might not be something that I can accomplish in 21 days, but you know what? I'm going to put it, I'm going to write it down. So it kind of gives you those different levels to it, because also it also sets you up for success, and it reinforces that you can accomplish the bigger goals. We procrastinate a lot for many various reasons. It could be you could be OCD, you could be depressed, you could just be ADHD, right? You could just be all over the place, or it could just be just different factors, right? But I'm just giving you some like clinical factors. With the easy goals, is kind of really getting you to focus in on whatever area or areas that you feel that you can accomplish in a short amount of time. So that could be a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So with this particular thing, with the 21-day fast that I am applying to my easy goals, it's a 3-week fast. My check-in points are going to be Saturday, January 18th, Saturday, January 25th, and then February 1st. If you can see in between those dates, there's some blanks where I can check in maybe during the week or something. Okay, I can tell you guys one of my goals. So one of my goals is to purchase countertops for my kitchen. And then there's other goals that I'm going to do, and it's just like a reminder on my to-do list. I got to do it anyway, or that's just something I need to do. So I'm just going to check it off because it's so easy. I got it done week number 1. And then, like I said, we'll talk about like some more like the challenging goals. One challenging goal for me, I'm just gonna be honest here, is these damn student loans. I want them paid off because it would take a significant amount, of money off my credit. But I am also using public service loan forgiveness, right? So I've been in this program for about 10 years now for some of my loans. I'm really struggling with the idea that if I can't get public service, whether or not I really want to pay these loans, I mean, eventually, at some point, that was offered to people who decided to go into the nonprofit sector or working for the government and things like that. You can look that all this stuff up, but it was something that was offered, and now they may take it back. That's a really huge goal for me to try to accomplish. Um, and I'm actually kind of challenging myself with the elephant, little bite-sized pieces at a time. So this is what this tracker or this self-directed guide kind of helps you to take things one step at a time. All you have to do is just one little thing. There's many variations of what that means for me. I've actually went ahead and put I went to my challenging goals, and I actually put paying off my student loans if I don't get public service loan forgiveness, and then paying off my home. I mean, that's just, those are 2 big challenges. I'm starting to plant the seed of, okay, this is a challenge, but I want to pay it off. Just getting it with this thing. I skipped over powerful affirmations. I think the powerful affirmations can come at another point. It's going to help us fine tune for ourselves specifically how to set and affirm yourself. I went into my challenging goals. You guys know, as I was talking about the easy goal tracker, I started to talk about some of my challenging goals that I had. Then I haven't put too much into the journaling space. And then at some point, we'll talk about the 300 list. 300 list is right before the easy tracker. There is creating spaces. One of my favorite things that I like to do is creating spaces. And what creating spaces mostly is, it's about what life has taught you, what you've learned about yourself. Again, it kind of reinforces not just about physical spaces, but it's about the mental spaces as well. That this is just one of my favorites because I take it and apply it so many different ways. Relationship circle, pretty simple concept. Who's closest to me? Who do I trust? And I think those are the only ones that we have not really gone into. This is why I said this book is not day one. Flip through it and do all these activities. Like how I use my guide here. That's kind of like how I've journaled for the past 20 some odd years. I feel like I have had, good success with it. And some of my lowest points as well as some of my highest points. So it's not just about being at your low, getting this, even though it's really great for that, but it's also about those points in between your highs and your lows. All right. So go to Amazon, guys, pick it up, and then come back to my YouTube channel and let's, kind of look through my videos of how I show you how to use this thing. All right. Peace.